As a JPMorgan analyst, I know firsthand the skills that separates the good financial modeler from the great ones. Want to know the top 5 skills that can make or break your financial modeling career? Stick around because I'm going to break them down step by step. So here are my top 5 skills that you need to master financial modeling. On the top, we have Excel skills. Then we have accounting skills. Third, we have ratio analysis. Fourth, forecasting skills. And fifth is problem solving and business acumen. So to provide you with more context as to why these skills matter the most, let me do one thing. I'll open an actual financial model. Here we have McDonald's financial model, and I'll run you through this model and explain you the importance of those 5 skills in the context of this, right? So first thing first, what is a financial model? Your financial model is the one where you have the historicals of a specific company, like the way you have it here for McDonald's. And what you're trying to do is to understand how the historicals have been over the period of time, and based on that you're able to figure out how the income statement, balance sheets and cash flows look like in the future. So like for example, in this case, assuming that these were the historicals, I tried to do the forecast for the next 5-year period. So this is what financial modeling is all about. You have income statement, balance sheets and cash flow forecast like the way it is here, and the idea here is to take help from different schedules as well. I'll come to that as well in a minute. But now, going back to the topic about top 5 skills, I just want you to look at this model first. I'll just run you through. This is the income statement, right? Then we have the balance sheet here, the cash flows, revenue built up, cost sheet, working capital, depreciation schedule, and all in all, a lot of things are there. Now, can you imagine creating this model without the knowledge of Excel? Here, you have to go above the basic knowledge of Excel. Moderate and advanced knowledge of Excel is a must in this. So, why I am saying so is that there are a lot of things which you do, especially in the context of a financial model, like the sensitivity analysis. Then there are circular references that come, formatting, as you can see. These are all neatly formatted. You cannot do that until unless you are efficient in Excel. All the color codings, all of these, you realize that this at the end of the day is the crux of the financial model. When we say that it's financial model, we're actually saying that it's a financial model in Excel. So you cannot visualize a financial model without this Excel thing altogether. And you have to be aware of a lot of formulas within Excel which are typically used. Say for example, just to show you, there is this formula like transpose. This is the array formula. Okay, so you have to be aware of these formulas as well. So likewise, you have to have an understanding of what are circular references which come in the context of this financial model. Then there are simple formulas like sum, and then we do a lot of things inside the formulas and the financial model, like the sensitivity analysis, two-dimensional sensitivity analysis, one-dimensional sensitivity analysis. So all of that is kind of needed in the context of Excel. Okay, so that's number one. Now, coming to the second part. Second is accounting skills, right? So, as we had listed here, accounting skills. Now, I would like you to again go back and look at the income statement, right? So, when you look at from this income statement point of view, what do you see? All the items are, you know, uh, related to accounting, right? Balance sheet, cash flows. And when it comes to the financial model, you also have to refer to the annual reports. Here we have annual reports of McDonald's, right? So you would need to have a solid understanding of your accounting concepts, accrual concept, cash concept, matching principles, what is depreciation, what is amortization. You can see in this, right? We have been using working capital. So, a good understanding of all those terminologies and why they exist is super important. And another thing is that when it comes to the annual report, there are a lot of discussions in and around, the accounting concepts. So, you have to be pretty much aware of all of these. And as you can see, this is a 95-page annual report of McDonald's, and majority of it is discussion around accounting things, right? So, accounting is a must. That's number two skill that you must have in order to excel in financial modeling. Okay, let's look at number three. The third one we have is ratio analysis. Now, ratio analysis means that you are able to analyze the company from fundamentals point of view. What has been the EBIT, operating profit of the company? What is EBITDA? What is the EBITDA margins? What is how to do vertical analysis? What is the ROE of the company? All of those which help you understand how the company has been doing fundamentally. Like, for example, when we look at working capital and we do projections of working capital, we look at the concept called as cash conversion cycle. And it's a core of fundamental analysis where we try to understand how working capital is kind of, taking care of, right? So, how the cash cycle works, all of that understanding leads to the projections of working capital. So, this very important concept around ratio analysis, and that's why you need to have a solid understanding of this as is, right? The fourth skill that is important is the forecasting skill. Now, this is again heart and soul of financial modeling. So, I would just like you to look at this, right? Core financial statements. These are the three financial statements, but the key here is these supporting schedules: revenue built up, costs, working capital, depreciation, amortization, other assets and liabilities, shareholders' equity, debt schedule. Now, what's happening here is that when you are creating the income statement forecast, balance sheet forecast, cash flow forecast, this is not a linear approach. You basically start at the top, like the top line numbers here. So you will have to do the revenue built up first, where you will do the projections of the revenue of the specific company. Then you will come to the cost, and then suddenly you will move to the working capital schedule. So there are various steps involved in financial modeling. So you can imagine that there are 10 steps, but they are not linear, not from income statement, balance sheets to cash flows. It's like moving in between these schedules one by one. Working capital, then you go to depreciation, then you go to amortization. Likewise, you go to shareholders equity, then again you go back to the income statement, and you keep on linking and making this financial model as an integrated one. So all in all, it's a step by step approach, and you have to learn these basics in order to create a full-fledged three statement financial model. Important feature of this integrated financial model is that if you change an assumption at one of the places, the model will still work properly. So let's say, for example, if you go to this revenue built up statement where you are trying to project the revenues of McDonald's for the future years, right? So in this case, if you scroll down, you'll see that there are various assumptions which we might have used, like, for example, these growth rates, right? So if you change these growth rates from, let's say, 3% to 4% or 5%, right? Let's say like this, then all the numbers which you can see here are automatically getting adjusted, right? And therefore the final revenue number and all of these revenue numbers are linked to the income statement, which gets auto adjusted. So what I'm trying to say here is that when it comes to integrated financial model, you have to provide assumption only at one place, and all the model automatically flows in a very integrated fashion, like a machine. So that's how it works. So that was number 4 skill. Number fifth skill is problem solving and business acumen, right? So, problem solving and business acumen, when you think about this, you should think about your financial model being able to answer real world questions, and it should be able to support decision making. So, when we go back to this McDonald's financial model, what are we trying to achieve by doing this financial modeling exercise? Basically, we are trying to figure out if McDonald's is a good company to invest or not. So, should we buy McDonald's stock or not? So, here your understanding of this business will become super important, where you go deep dive into the annual reports. You also try to figure out the industry and figure out why behind the model. So, as I would like to put it, your critical thinking will become super important in this context. So, the fact is that there will be a lot of unstructured information via press releases, conference calls, annual reports, as well as different types of updates, right? So, all in all, these things have to come via numbers, right? And you should be able to provide a story associated with this data, right? And your conclusion or final output should be that whether this company is a buy or a sell. So that's why your understanding, business acumen, problem solving skills come into picture and is tested massively when it comes to the final part of this financial modeling. Now, you may be wondering that learning these top 5 financial modeling skills can be a real challenge, but do not worry because I'm going to share with you my top favorite resources which you can refer to in order to jumpstart your career in financial modeling. And here they are. The very first one is our website, wallstreetmojo.com, which we have created with so much of love. And here there is this full tutorial on how to create financial models step by step. There we take this case study of Colgate where we download the annual reports and then basically we start populating it in the Excel sheet, and step by step we teach you how to go about forecasting each and every line item and prepare a 3 statement integrated model like the way we have done in the case of McDonald's. And not just this, if you go to this left hand side, you will realize that there are so many resources about financial modeling. So not just how to create financial model, but different types of financial models are also there, like Coinbase IPO model. You can download the templates and figure out how it works. So a lot of IPO based models are also provided here for free, and you can learn financial modeling step by step just by referring to these resources, right? And the second approach is that if you want to have a professional help, someone like me who can teach you financial modeling, you can basically take financial modeling course from us, and we provide you this course in the different formats. You can take a self-study course which is on financial modeling, where we teach you how to create a financial model of McDonald's step by step. We have made a very intensive library of how to go about doing this. So the way we used to work at JPMorgan and create financial models, similar technique is being applied here to create McDonald's financial model. And the second approach is that if you want a more immersive program, you can also opt for something like this, where I will help you create financial models step by step with live classes. And that's where you will have a massive opportunity to learn by asking questions and doing it step by step. So all in all, you have multiple options to learn financial modeling, most important being that you should be ready to learn. So with that, I would like to conclude this video. I hope you liked this, and if you did, please do like and subscribe our channel. It will definitely help us as well as other fellow students who would like to create or make a career in finance. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.